Today, I want to talk about crime of another kind. Crime against humanity. Crime against the brain, the abilities that are in people. Just recently, I watched something, and it was a newscaster, successful black people. There were white people on there, Hispanic people, all different nationalities. And they were fighting for illiterate people, they call illiterate people, of older, younger, all different age, that happen to be people of color. Well, everybody's people of color, but you know, black, Mexican, Asian, whatever, all of this. And they were saying that we should not have it so that they have to have identification in order to vote. Now, this is not political. My staff, people in my business said that it is political. But listen to me for a moment. As a doctor in psychology, not licensed by the state of California on purpose, the thing that I'm saying is a crime is that if this is what you're doing, if you're saying these people cannot get their birth certificate, they cannot get identification, they cannot get these things, aren't you stealing from them? Aren't you saying that they are so stupid that they cannot be taught how to do this? Is this what it is that we want to see in this free world of the United States of America? This is against the Bible. This is against just decency. My mother was born in 1907, and she only had about a third grade education. But the thing that she did, she learned to read the Bible. She learned to read. She never had a driver's license. She did have an identification card. She did have a social security card. She got those things. She learned, because she was encouraged to learn, she learned to read. There is no black, white, yellow, any nationality of people. There is no person that is so poor in mind that they cannot learn to do something. There are people with, disabilities, that's one thing, but that's not the people that we're talking about. We're talking about a group of people that we seem to want to keep down. The people that are in places of authority, whether it's governmental, whether it's religious, whether it's Christian, whatever area it is, why aren't we doing more instead of just saying that these people can't? Why not put pressure on them so that they can use the brain? They got the same brain that you have. But what we do and what we have done is that we have taught them to be a victim. We have taught them that they do not need to learn to do anything, that the system, that the government, the welfare system, that the government, the give out system will control them. We complain about slavery. We complain about sex trafficking slavery. We complain about black slavery. We complain about all of the different forms of slavery, women's slavery to husbands. People talk about all of those things. But what are you doing? What's happening in our world right now? What is happening in the United States of America? I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I just believe in the Bible. But one thing I see is that when you steal another person's ability, when you steal their will by letting them know that they are so ignorant that you have to take care of them, you have just chosen to be their God, their king, and their slave master. What we are doing and what is happening in this, I'm just asking people to think about it, that every person can do more than what it is that they're doing. I'm not saying that it's a lazy group of people, but what I'm saying is that there is more black on black crime, Mexican on Mexican crime, white on white crime, and then there's a whole mixture of it where the crowd, where all of these that are so-called leaders or overseers or whatever it is that you want to call, these are people that are taking away, that are letting it be known that you cannot take care of yourself. How horrible is that? Why would we want to destroy a person's will to actually live and succeed in something? Why would we want to keep people at the bottom? Where is your fear coming from? Anytime that you tell somebody else what they are not to do and that you are not trying to raise them up, look at all the money that we are spending. Look at all the monies that are having. Why not? Okay, here's this area of people. Here's this area in Los Angeles. Here's this area in San Francisco. Here's this area in any town, in Oakland, in Sacramento, in Palo Alto, wherever it is. Here are these people. Here are they're illiterate. They're not able to do. Then why don't we take some of our tax-paying money? And why don't we take buses? Why don't we take literacy farms into there and say, at least I'm going to teach you to do this so that you can get a job, so that you can start a business. Do you know that many of these people have ideas on the inside of them? But what's happening is that they have been told, and they're continuously told, what they can't do. When are we going to stop saying you are so ignorant, you are so stupid, you cannot learn, and to let them know that because God allowed you to be in this earth, because you were invited in, there is something on the inside of you that the world needs, and for you to be able to execute it, for you to be able to pour it out to others, then let me help you to at least learn, to at least believe in yourself. What we're doing, what's happening, if we fight for a person's poverty, if we fight for their weakness, if we fight for their inability, if we fight for their handicap, then how are they going to live if everything else closes down? This is a dependency on a government. And you were never intended to teach people to be dependent on a government, on a program, on any of that. I'm not talking to those people, because those people are probably not the people that are listening to me. The people that are listening to me are upper mobile, they're wealthy, they have money, they have position, they're intelligent, as what we call intelligence, but are we using intelligence for the good of mankind, or are we trying to control? I submit to you today that we have to stop, because we are destroying. Even the young people are not fighting for themselves to be able to excel in whatever it is that they desire to do. We're settling. Let's not do that to mankind. That is cruel. That is vicious. That is thievery. Don't steal their dreams. If anything, help them with it. Go into those areas. If they don't have a card, if they don't have identification, if they can't get their birth certificate, someplace they can get something that identifies them. But yet you're willing to let them have welfare, to let them have food stamps, to let them have all of the different things that are here in society to make them dependent upon a system. Let's help people to be independent of systems, of that systems, and to use other types of systems in order for them to grow, and so that we have grandchildren, children, all of these that are fighting to understand that they have abilities within themselves. I'm not saying everybody needs to go to college, because number one, I see that as most people. I have one daughter that did not go to college, and I told her, you are better off. You could be better off than any of the others that did go to college. I have a son that didn't go. And I tell him, you're better off. Why is that? Because it's an indoctrination center. You are indoctrinated into believing something that somebody else wants you to believe. That's the reason that I never, ever wanted to belong to the licensing board, to have the designation of being a psychologist. I did not want to be a part of that, because my thinking is free. My thinking is not bogged down with how somebody else thinks of me. And in this, I'm able to not be Democrat, Republican, not care what anyone else thinks, because I can think for myself. Let's help those people that you say can't get identification, can't go to the polling station, can't do these things. Let's help them cut the T off, and let's show them that they can read, they can fill out the paperwork, they can find these things, they can. Are you going to help them, or are you going to keep controlling them? This is Dr. BJ Baker, an octogenarian. Oh yeah, I'm in my 80s, going towards my 90s, and I approve of this message. I'll see you on the next video.